Here from NoDQ.com. Welcome to a special edition of NoDQ Live. This is very impromptu, but there is some breaking news to report regarding Paige. Now, if you do not know yet, head over to NoDQ.com. There's a story about what's going on with her, but I will summarize it and give my thoughts as well as read off some of the comments in the chat room. So, earlier today on Instagram, Paige had posted about her injury. She wrote, "The comeback is always stronger than the setback." This was earlier today. But then, just a few moments ago, Mike Johnson over at PWInsider.com wrote that Paige's in-ring career in WWE is reportedly over. And apparently what happened was WWE's medical team has not cleared her, and they are not going to clear her moving forward, which means she's basically done as an in-ring competitor in WWE. Now, this goes back to the recent injury she suffered at a WWE live event. She was kicked from behind by Sasha Banks, and again, the video clip is over on NoDQ.com if you wish to check that out. Paige apparently was checked out and told earlier this week that she would not be cleared to return and that her condition was worse than initially expected. When she first got hurt, the belief was that she had suffered a stinger, and it wasn't considered to be all that serious because she was able to leave the ring on her own. But now it appears that it's a similar situation to Edge, where she's not being cleared to wrestle again. So really unfortunate situation here with Paige. This really sucks. She's only 25 years old, and if this is indeed the case here and WWE is not going to clear her, this is just a terrible stroke of luck for her, just coming back from her neck surgery in 2016 and then in 2017 making her comeback, only to be injured a couple of months into her return. Looking at some of the comments here, of course, a lot of people are going to blame Sasha Banks on this. People are going to say that she's reckless. The thing is, accidents happen. Anything can happen to anyone at any time, and I'm not sure you can really put the blame on Sasha Banks. I know people will say out of anger that it was her fault, that she should have been more careful with Paige, knowing Paige's injury. I just feel like these things can happen. Kayfabe Candy Ass says, accidents happen, but what a dumb spot that was. Maddie says, things happen, that's how the wrestling business is about. How long will she be out for? Well, WWE is apparently not going to clear her, so it's not a matter of her being able to recover from this. WWE doctors feel that she cannot come back from this, period, that it would be too much of a risk for her to wrestle again. Now, this is what PW Insider is reporting, but it's not looking good for her. The fact that she was not cleared at this point was definitely a bad sign. It's looking like her in-ring career, at least in WWE, is over. The question is, will she try to do what Daniel Bryan is doing and maybe try to leave and work for another promotion? The thing is, if it's too much of a risk, she's not going to be able to wrestle, and other doctors will not clear her. Martin says, will Paige wrestle for another company? Again, I think that will depend if Paige tries to do what Daniel Bryan does and check with other doctors and see what happens with that. I mean, she's only 25 years old, which makes the whole thing even more unfortunate. I mean, with Edge, in his case, Edge was close to retirement. He was only planning to wrestle another few years. He was already into his early 40s. RG, it has not been confirmed at the moment, but again, this is what PW Insider is reporting, and I don't think that they would put out something without there being something to the story. Mark Henry, apparently, this is on another topic here about Mark Henry. I will talk about some other topics here since I'm doing this live video. I will talk about Mark Henry here in a moment. Maddie Harris says, with Edge, he was wrestling on borrowed time. Yeah, Edge had dealt with a lot of injuries, and that's why he was planning to walk away. I mean, he was definitely towards the end of his career, and the injury just, it got to the point where he had to retire, but he was already close to that. With Paige, I mean, if she had not gotten hurt like this, she could have theoretically wrestled for a decade or even longer. Right now, I mean, this is all very tentative information. Again, head over to NoDQ.com. There's details about what's going on, the video clip from what happened. You can check that out. Everything else is up in the air at this point. I mean, obviously, she's not going to be in the Royal Rumble. What's going to happen with Absolution? All that is very much up in the air. Will Paige continue on as a manager? Will she become a trainer? I mean, she's got the movie coming out, so I would think that WWE is going to give her another role, and she will be doing something. You got that movie coming out, and we'll see what happens. But I could see WWE giving her some other kind of role with the company, whether it's as a manager or doing training. But you know, maybe she'll get into acting, who knows. But I think WWE will do something with her with this movie coming out pretty soon. Will Paige have a retirement promo on Raw? At this point, I haven't heard anything about... Again, this is all breaking news, so I'm sure there'll be more information coming out over the next few days. It'll be really interesting to see how WWE addresses this on television with the Absolution storyline and what's going to happen with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. That I don't know. It's very much up in the air. Has there been a release date yet for her movie? Not to my knowledge, but as soon as I hear something, I will let you guys know about that. I'm assuming it's going to be out later this year. I mean, they pretty much wrapped up the filming. I know they filmed most of the stuff in 2017. John C. replaced by Ronda Rousey. I don't think Ronda Rousey was going to be tied to Paige, so I don't think that she's going to come in and be part of a group or anything. If Ronda Rousey does come in, and let's just say if she is going to be at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, I would think that she'll just be her own entity. She's not going to be part of a group. Mike Edge says, will WWE ban certain moves to protect their stars? I mean, there have been moves banned. I mean, Tombstone was banned at one point, and you know, the Muscle Buster, after what happened with Tyson Kidd, that move was banned, even though Joe was doing that move for years without anybody getting hurt. It just so happened that one match, Tyson Kidd got seriously hurt and almost died, as a matter of fact, from that injury. So, you know, it's just a situation where accidents happen. You look at what happened with Sting and Seth Rollins. I mean, that was a freak accident. People can say, oh, Seth Rollins is reckless, but think of how many times Seth Rollins wrestles on a regular basis every year, you know, wrestling 3, 4, 5 nights a week, every year, and nobody gets hurt. It just so happens there were a few incidences, one with Sting, and then there was the one with John Cena's nose getting busted up. Accidents happen. Some guys might be more prone to hurting people. Some people might be more injury prone. I mean, it just depends on the person. Master Gordon says the stream keeps cutting in and out. Wonderful. Gotta love YouTube on that. I apologize if there are some technical issues. Courtney says, recap for those just joining, please, Aaron. Well, basically, WWE doctors have not cleared Paige to return, and it appears that they're not going to clear her to return, just like what happened with Edge in 2011. Effectively, ending Paige's career as an in-ring performer in WWE. Again, check out NoDQ.com. There's a report, and any further updates I will have up on NoDQ.com as soon as possible. What's going to happen with Sasha Banks? Psycho Jet Black asking about Sasha Banks. Again, I don't know. It's a freak accident. It's one of those things. Some people might put the blame on Sasha Banks, and let's face it, even if somebody is involved in an accident, the person that was involved in the accident, their career could be affected. You look at D'Lo Brown. What happened with D'Lo Brown and Draws getting paralyzed? You know, D'Lo's career, let's face it, was never the same after that. D'Lo pretty much just faded away into obscurity in WWE after that incident. So no doubt it could potentially affect Sasha Banks' career, especially politically. People that aren't fans of hers might try to say, hey, she's dangerous, she's reckless, and use that against her. You know, professional wrestling can be a cutthroat business, and people are trying to get the few top spots, and sometimes politics will get involved, and people will try to use anything they can to get ahead, and if that means trying to sabotage other people, it'll happen. And unfortunately, that's real life here, and people will play politics in that. So it could definitely affect Sasha Banks' career. Thank you all for tuning in. We have 250 live viewers. For those of you just tuning in, head over to NoDQ.com. We have some news about Paige, what's going on with her, and any further updates I will have as soon as possible. Nat James 12 says, why are wrestlers getting injured a lot these days? Well, the fact is, wrestling is definitely more high impact than it's been in the past. Wrestlers are doing bigger spots, more spots in matches. You know, it's a lot faster paced than it used to be, and everyone's trying to up the ante, doing crazy things in the ring. And, you know, because of that, the athleticism is arguably the best it's ever been. But at the same time, you have guys doing so many things that naturally that's going to increase the odds of somebody getting hurt. And then that's just the nature of the beast. Braden Hollick says unnecessary spots at times too. John C. says, I can't see Paige going into the Hall of Fame in the future. Well, that, I mean, I don't know about that. I'm not even going to speculate on that, if she'll be in the Hall of Fame or not. You know, she had a very solid career, and one could argue, even if her career is cut short here, that she still made a big impact in a short period of time in WWE. And, you know, I think she does deserve some credit for her role in the whole women's revolution in WWE. And she was one of the first female NXT superstars to come to the main roster and be successful. Ambrose Long says 2 retirements in the same day, Paige and Mark Henry. So let's talk about Mark Henry. So the thing with Mark Henry is that he's pretty much been quietly retired over the past year. I mean, he only had a few matches in 2017. One of those matches was putting over Braun Strowman. Mark Henry basically just quietly retired. It wasn't something where all of a sudden Mark Henry is retired. I mean, it was something that was a work in progress over the past few years, with Mark Henry winding down his career. Last Avenger 85, what happened to Paige? Head over to NoDQ.com. I've been talking about it here for the past several minutes. This is a breaking news story, so I'm sure over the next several minutes, several hours, there'll be more information coming out. How long have you been live? I've been live here about 15 minutes so far, and since I'm here, I will cover some other topics, anything you guys would like to talk about. Fire Disco Panda, is Big Show going the same route as Mark Henry? I would say so. I mean, Big Show just had his hip surgery, although apparently his surgery went well and he's doing good. I could see Big Show maybe coming back for a few more matches, but no doubt his career, like Mark Henry's, is winding down, and the question is, will WWE give Big Show an actual send-off, or will he, like Mark Henry, quietly retire? What do you guys think about Mark Henry being retired? Do you think that it's best for him to just slowly fade away like he has been, or should WWE give him a proper send-off where he can come out and say farewell to the fans, or maybe even have one final match? What do you guys think about that with Mark Henry? And same thing goes for Big Show. Do you guys think Big Show should get that final high-profile match? Brain says it's best to slowly fade away. The Philadelphia Jen says people will not buy into a retirement speech. Well, yeah, because of that fake retirement in 2013, which was awesome, by the way. For those of you that don't remember it, you should definitely check that out again. I mean, that was one of Mark Henry's best moments in WWE when he did that fake retirement. That was tremendous. Some people feel like because he did that, an actual retirement speech would not work. People would not buy into it. TJS says Henry not going over was such a mistake, in reference, I believe, to the Mark Henry match with John Cena at the time. Psycho Jet Black says, will Kane retire at WrestleMania? That's a great question. Kane's another guy on that list. And we have Crow here, first time watching the video live from Saudi Arabia. Thank you for tuning in, Crow, 12123. I appreciate it. Hakeem says Mark Henry should retire in a pink jacket. Yeah, the pink jacket was just the icing on the cake with that segment. But going back to Kane, I could see Kane winding down his career just like Big Show and Mark Henry. I think Kane was a bit bigger of a star than both of them in terms of longevity. I mean, Big Show had the longevity too. Mark Henry was in and out a lot. Mark Henry would get hurt, and then WWE would send him to like OVW to lose weight or whatever. So Henry had a lot of start and stop pushes. With Big Show, it was more consistent. And Kane, I mean, had great success feuding with The Undertaker and Steve Austin, and then later with Shane McMahon. And Kane would be world champion on several occasions. I think of the three of them, it's most likely Kane will get the big send-off. Of course, Kane is running for mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, and if he gets elected, I feel like that will definitely be the end of his WWE run. So we'll see. WrestleMania very well could be his final big match in WWE, maybe his final match, period. George Robbins says, do you think it would be cool if Kane left his mask in the ring? It would be a great send-off. That would be interesting, although I think it would be a bit maybe too similar to The Undertaker leaving his gear in the ring. What do you guys think? I mean, if Kane was going to have one final match at WrestleMania, what should it be? Who should his opponent be? And so forth. Bailey says it should be an Inferno match or Ring of Fire match, however you want to look at it. Nat James 12 says Kane should face Brock Lesnar in a one-on-one match with Brock. Wait, what did he say here? Brock at WrestleMania beat him, and then that would be his revenge for what Brock did to Taker. Interesting idea. The thing is, I don't see Kane being the guy to beat Brock Lesnar. You know, if Brock is putting over somebody at WrestleMania, I suspect it's going to be somebody like a Roman Reigns, somebody that's the future of the company. Kane doesn't really need it. Who else? Who else would you guys like to see Kane face in a final match? Psycho Jet Black says Kane versus Finn Balor. And do you think Kane should win his final match? Ambrose Long says Lars Sullivan should retire Kane. Brian Montgomery says Demon Finn should face Kane at WrestleMania. Victor says hi from the Dominican Republic. Hello, Victor. Thank you for tuning in. Rob Klein adding a little bit of humor here because I think we could use it with the unfortunate nature of today's video. Concessions Kane versus Fandango because that guy's on a roll. Yeah, Fandango, I mean, that guy's got some stock now. The guy just beat Rusev. He ended Rusev Day. I mean, Fandango's the next big thing in WWE. Royal Rumble winner, future Hall of Famer, Fandango. Little MT Shocker just sent in a $5 super chat donation. I was thinking about Sasha's work rate, and does she have the best matches? Seems like all of the women's matches, the best ones are with her. I mean, that's up for debate. For those of you that have been following my videos for a while, you know I wasn't really the biggest fan of the Hell in a Cell match with Sasha and Charlotte. I thought it was disappointing personally. She's had some good matches, but I don't know if she's the best one in WWE. Victor says, did you talk about Paige? Yes, I did. So if you missed it, there will be the on-demand version. I spent about 15 minutes addressing it, what I know, what I think about it, read off some comments. Wow, this video is popular enough that we got people spamming with their redirects. Free miner, Bitcoin, Windows 64. All right. Well, that person's not a real account, so let's go ahead and get rid of that person. And I want to apologize because I did get a few other super chat donations in here, but I've been covering this breaking news, and I figured, you know, that's not the time to be addressing the super chat donations. But thank you guys for those of you that left the donations. No more Rusev Day, this guy. It is officially over. Nicola says, would you like to see Karma return at the Women's Royal Rumble? I really don't see the point unless she's getting a full-fledged run, but I mean, she has publicly spoken out about wanting to be involved. Unfortunately for her, WWE has not contacted her. I think it would be cool to see her again, but I'd like to see her actually have a legitimate run in WWE. I mean, she came in, had that brief run. I mean, she's doing other things now. She's part of the Glow series on Netflix. She's got other things going on, but I guess it would be cool to see her. Raider Roach 1979 says, I subscribe to your cat channel. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. For those of you that don't know about it, youtube.com/AaronRift, my personal account. Lots of fun cat videos. Some of them have gone viral over the years. Some of them with millions of hits, actually. Actually, that channel is more popular than this one, believe it or not. I think that one has like 80,000 subscribers. So go check it out. youtube.com/AaronRift. Ambrose Long says, will Shania Baszler win at TakeOver? I would think so if I had to make a prediction, but right now, you know, I'll wait till we do the actual predictions video. Rob Klein just sent in a $2 super chat donation. I want to be on a panel, new article coming soon. As do I, Rob. I would love to have you on a panel. I know you and Virtue have been talking about it for a while now. We definitely got to get that going here soon. TJS says you hit 55,000 subscribers. Yeah, finally, it's about time. I mean, it feels like it took forever to hit that number. The thing is, the live videos have really been helping. Ever since I started doing the live videos, the subscriber count has been going up a lot. So that's why I'm doing them. When there is breaking news, I'll come on here and do the video and give my thoughts on what's going on. Michael says, who do you think Bray Wyatt will face at WrestleMania? If I had to take a wild guess, I'd say he's going to be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And that doesn't sound too great for Bray Wyatt, but realistically, considering all the other matches going on at WrestleMania. Marked Out says, did Disney buy Impact Wrestling? No, I don't know where that's coming from. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but no. Nobody in their right mind would buy Impact Wrestling, first of all. Was that meant to be a joke, by the way? I'm not sure. TJS says, thoughts on Austin Aries. Actually, I was planning to do a NoDQ video addressing that, and I'll wait to give my thoughts on that for the NoDQ video, so stay tuned for that, and I will talk about that. Interstate Kyle is here. Growing the hair out like AJ Styles, Aaron? A little bit. I mean, I am going to do a Royal Rumble bet. I'll put my hair on the line for the Royal Rumble. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do yet, but I will do something, and I will officially announce it before the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So stay tuned for that. Patrick Maloney says, will 2K create an Impact Wrestling game? I only see that happening if WWE gives 2K the boot, which they should, because those games are crap, in my opinion. I want to see the old school style WWE games come back from the THQ era, you know, with No Mercy and Day of Reckoning and WrestleMania 19. I want to see those style games return, and yeah, Impact Wrestling and 2K can do whatever they want. Make some crappy games, for all I care. Interstate Kyle says, my hair is getting long, I should join in on the bet. Other than Roman, who else do you think could possibly beat Brock? Well, I think whoever faces Brock at WrestleMania is going to beat him. And it's looking like it's going to be Roman Reigns. I mean, that's been WWE's plan for months now. And I don't see that changing. I think WWE is going to stick with Roman Reigns as the guy. And by the way, there will be a video coming up on the channel this week regarding Roman Reigns. We had a great debate about him and his in-ring skills, his promo skills, the controversy over him being voted the 2017 Worst Superstar of the Year on NoDQ.com. So stay tuned for that. And for those of you that just tuned in and missed all the news about Paige, you can check out the on-demand version of this video, as well as heading over to NoDQ.com with the latest details regarding that. And on that note, I will go ahead and wrap up this special breaking news live video. Stay tuned this weekend for trivia. There will be a trivia episode coming up shortly, as well as a new NoDQ panel video. And I'm hoping to get in a new NoDQ video this weekend as well. So lots of content. Tell your friends, spread the word. YouTube.com/AaronRift, NoDQ. And buy the shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search NoDQ or check out the link in the description box. Let's go ahead and ban Unreal Papa. That person's just annoying. And that'll do it. I will see you guys next time. And again, stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the latest breaking news.